So you're a hardcore Starbucks fan. You've tried all of the drinks on the secret menu, you've been a gold member since they first rolled out their rewards program, and you've read up on all the weird rules the employees have to follow. But there's a small detail in the coffee chain's logo that even its biggest fans haven't noticed. We know you might be thinking that it's such a simple logo there's not anything to miss. The newly added detail wasn't there until 2011, and the original logo has been through several different redesigns. The famous two-tailed Starbucks siren made her first appearance in 1971. According to Steve Murray, a creative director in the Starbucks Global Creative Studio, she is not a real person, but we kind of think of her as one. She's the biggest symbol of our brand, really, other than our partners. She's the face of it. Before Starbucks founders Gordon Bowker, Sev Siegel, and Jerry Baldwin settled on their world-famous company name, it was called Pequod, named after a ship from the book Moby Dick. However, when they renamed the store, they took another name from Moby Dick, the character Starbuck. With the new name, they needed a logo that tied together their admiration for their Seattle hometown, as well as the seafaring world. So the founders read through old marine books and discovered their muse, an ancient Norse depiction of the mythical siren. Murray said, "They really loved the look of it, and it kind of tied into what they felt Starbucks stood for. We took inspiration from that and created the logo from there, and she became the siren." The first logo was brown and white, with the entire siren enclosed in a circle, with Starbucks coffee tea spices written along the bottom. After 16 years in business, Starbucks was purchased by Howard Schultz of Il Giornale, which was a small Seattle-based coffee shop. Schultz had joined Starbucks in 1982 and served as the marketing lead. But Schultz left the company in 1986 because he and the remaining founders were unable to agree on the future of the coffee company, which at the time exclusively sold only whole bean coffee and coffee equipment. In August of 1987, Schultz bought the company for $3.8 million, and Starbucks officially merged with Il Giornale. With Schultz at the helm, a more modern logo was in order. According to Seattle Times, Terry Heckler, the logo designer for brands including Panera Bread and New Balance, joined Schultz's design team in 1987. He adjusted the logo so that the only words surrounding the siren were Starbucks coffee. The brown and white colors changed to green, white, and black. A redrawn siren had hair that covered her chest, and most of the extra details were dropped to create a cleaner design. In 1992, Heckler redesigned the beloved siren again. He zoomed into the design so that only the top of both her tails were visible, and her navel was no longer shown. The bottom of her hair was cropped, the text became sharper, and the shades of white and green were more saturated. He kept the same facial expression, the stars that separated the name Starbucks from coffee, and the siren star crown. In 2006, the logo received further attention for the chain's anniversary. And again in 2008, the brand took the original black and white design from 1971, featuring the entire siren with all the details, and added back the words coffee and tea. After receiving harsh backlash from their customers, Starbucks reverted back to the more simplistic 1992 siren design. It wasn't until 2011 that the public was introduced to the siren that we know and love today. In 2011, the outer circle that read Starbucks Coffee was removed, and the black background was changed to green. A subtle detail remained on the right side of the siren's nose to make her seem more approachable and human-like.
It's almost become so popular it doesn't need to have the name on there.
After removing the small detail and some prior experimental designs, Starbucks Global Creative Director Connie Birdsall told Fast Company that in 2011, the branding team agreed that they needed to step back and put some of that humanity back in. So the design team kept the long shadow on the right side of the siren's nose, a detail that many Starbucks customers never noticed, making it dip lower than the left side, which makes her face only slightly asymmetrical. The subtle imperfection makes a massive difference, according to Birdsall. She said, "We didn't want her to be perfect like Barbie or other brands with characters. Wendy is too perfect. The siren is more worldly, and she can be identified with ease. No name needed."
The letters kind of add a little bit of a clutter, and it sort of makes it a little bit more iconic without them.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more MASH videos about your favorite coffee brands are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.